Well, here we go. It's the time of the festive holidays and the spirit of giving, and the referee give us nothing yesterday, taketh away. We scored a perfectly good goal with Tom Flanagan, a brilliant header from Tom Flanagan. He sort of judged the keeper wasn't going to get the ball, and he headed the ball not out of the keeper's hands before it got to the keeper's hands. But the referee kind of thought, because he was on the blind side, kind of thought it was out of the keeper's hands. So he preempted a foul on the keeper, which is wrong, absolutely wrong. So Sunday we take on Doncaster Rovers at the Cape Mode Stadium. Yes, down at the Cape Mode Stadium where we won last season 1-0, and we beat them also at home 2-0. So we got the double over Doncaster last season, but this season's a different kettle of fish. Now we got a weaker squad and definitely a weaker manager in charge of Phil Parkinson. But it looks like we're going to be keeping Phil Parkinson at this moment in time. So Phil Parkinson takes his squad down to the Cape Mode Stadium in Doncaster. It has a capacity of just over 15,000. And Doncaster pulled off a great win yesterday away at Peterborough. This table is so unpredictable, it's unbelievable. So many different results, so many different things are happening this season. Who would predict after a run of results like this, Doncaster drew at home to Burton 2-Peach. They went to Wickham, they got beat 1-0. Then they got beat off Wimbledon 2-1. Before that, they drew against MK Dons at home, and they drew against Accrington Stanley at home. So those kind of results, and then they go to Peterborough and they smash Peterborough 3-0. Absolutely fantastic result yesterday for Doncaster Rovers, and it wasn't predicted at all. Doncaster on the same amount of points as Sunderland, but better goal difference. I think it's +5, better than Sunderland at this moment in time. And they also have a game in hand over Sunderland, and a couple of games in hand in most of the other teams. So the Cape Mode Stadium was opened up in 1870, 940 years old, and Darren Moore is the manager, 45-year-old Darren Moore, doing a good job at Doncaster. He was at West Brom before, that was his first job, and now he's at Doncaster Rovers. So Doncaster's going to be a difficult match all down there. I mean, do you have the confidence in Phil Parkinson can turn this around and go to Doncaster and take a result from Doncaster? Because I absolutely have no confidence at this moment in time that we can go down there and play our one up front and get a result. Doncaster play the same system, 4-2-3-1. System they played yesterday, when their striker Kieran Sadler scored 2 goals. The 25-year-old played 33 matches and scored 11 goals. So he's doing a grand job down Doncaster. He's the danger man. Just a quick video, so you can put your score predictions down below. But it's Phil Parkinson going to continue to play a one up front and leave the likes of Will Grigg, Mark McNulty, and the player that I thought played really well against Blackpool, Chris Maguire. I know he's had his issues with Sunderland, with his McDonald gate and everything to boot with that, with McGeady, but he seemed to come back into the fold. For me, he's apologised, he's moved on, and he played well against Blackpool. So why is he being dropped? Am I missing something? Was he injured? Did he have a niggle? Is he being out the McDonald's again? I'm not quite sure. So why was he dropped? No one ever gets to know what's going on in the background, so we could be doing Phil Parkinson a big misjustice, we don't know. But yesterday, we didn't really have any clear-cut chances. Do you really recall a shot from outside the area where the keeper had to save? A shot from inside the area where the keeper had to save? There was no shots at all on goal, on target. We need some people inside the box. You know, your Mark McNulty's who can score goals, your Will Griggs who potentially could score goals. But Grant Ledbetter, you know, great ambassador to Sunderland football, could be a great coach coming up, but for me he's too slow, his legs have gone. Him himself, if he's the captain, he should put his hand up and say, boss, really we should have this person here and this person here. And no one give Phil Parkinson some advice of what he thinks, whether Grant Ledbetter just wants to keep on playing. But if he loves Sunderland that much, surely we can find a central midfield partnership of someone like 09 and Max Power. And then, are we going to continue in doing the wing-back system? So we play 5 at the back. I mean, you can kind of understand going to Doncaster, maybe play 5 at the back. But even though you want to go there and win, you know, at a push. But at home, should be going 4-4-2 and have 2 up front. So what do you think the score's going to be down at the Cape Mode Stadium? I'm going to go for a sneaky 1-0 win. We seem to defend well with this system, you know, at this moment in time. Flanagan's not having a bad time of it. Ozturk's playing okay. Willis is okay. If he's going to consistently go with that and the wing-back system of Hume and 09. So I think we could probably, you know, keep another clean sheet down at Doncaster at a push. I mean, it's asking a bit much. And it's, you know, the old touching the wood, keep the fingers crossed, doing every lucky horseshoes, rabbit feet and all that to get a clean sheet. But if we do that, we could sneak a goal if he plays Mark McNulty. Could he play Mark McNulty? Could he play somebody else in the centre of midfield with a bit more pace? Because Ledbetter hasn't got the pace. Max Power, is he going to go forward and help the attackers, help the striker, the lone striker, Charlie White, who's getting fed peanuts? He was playing off nothing up front whatsoever. He needs a service. We showed what we could do if Chris Maguire gets the balls in from the corners. Ledbetter's corners weren't great yesterday. Chris Maguire's corners were much better the time before against Blackpool. We know, Charlie White can get his head on the ball, get his foot on the ball. He's dangerous inside the box with the ball coming across the box. So that's what we need to do, get these balls into the box and not just hoofing the big long ball forward. But this is our worst position we've ever been in 15th place. It's a shambles at this moment in time. It's ridiculous. I think Stuart Donald, even though I love what he's done at the club so far, is way out of his depth at this moment in time. He needs help from somebody with knowledge. Now, can Phil Pattinson, is he going to be given the time to go in the January window and spend money? He wants about 7 players to come in. So I've heard about 7 different players he wants to bring in. I can't imagine there being too much money spent. So these players are going to come in free transfers. And they're going to come in are we going to be scrapping around for the lower base end bargains? We should really be going to somewhere let's face it, Marks and Spencer's, rather than going to Lidl's. Or am I doing Lidl a disservice there? I don't really shop in Lidl. Your home bargain. That's what we're doing. We're doing home bargain buys at this moment in time. We should be going to Marks and Spencer's and buying some, quality players from League One. I'm not saying go to Harrods and buy your top end of the players from the Premier League. They would never come here and we'll never get them in the Sundays. But we do need to spend a little bit more money, a little bit more time, a bit more care and getting the right players in. And if it's going to stick with Phil Pattinson, obviously we have to give Phil Pattinson the money to get the players in. But if Phil Pattinson is going to be sacked in the next couple of days or next few weeks, because if we do go to Doncaster and God forbid we get beat, then Phil Pattinson may get the chop and someone else may come in. So who do you think should come in as a new Sunderland manager if Phil Pattinson goes? I've had my say. Super Kevin Phillips is for me. They've got to start somewhere. Always say new managers always start in the lower leagues and League One. You can't really get much lower than that for a good manager, like a good coach, someone who's done a good coaching roles and being a top quality player like Kevin Phillips. League One's a great place for him to start. So I'm going for 1-0 Sunderland home victory. I'm forever the optimist. What's your score predictions? Put your predictions down in the comment section below and see if you have the greatest sports noggin. See if you can catch up to the leader of the pack at this moment in time with 50 points. Alex Beattie has gotten the last 2 score predictions right before the 0-0 yesterday, because nobody predicted 0-0 against Bolton at all. Not one person, got 0-0 against Bolton, so no points was won. But now Alex Beattie, before that, Beattie got 2 correct scores right. He's in 30 points now, just 20 points off the lead. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow. Sunderland versus Doncaster down at Doncaster. I'm gonna purchase and watch the match live on my screen. I'll do a live commentary, live stream. So please join in. Feel free to join the live stream tomorrow, and hopefully we can have a bit of luck. Hopefully we can actually. We haven't lost the last 2 games, but they've been home matches. Are we gonna be the kind of side that goes away from home and catches teams on the break? Is that what he's setting up for? 5 at the back to counter-attack teams on the break. Whatever it is at this moment in time, it's not very good. I don't feel very confident, and I'm going there at this moment in time with my confidence as low as it could possibly get, as it's ever been. But like I said, I'm going to go for 1-0 away victory to Doncaster. Doncaster, I do wish you all the best in the future. Hopefully you get nothing tomorrow, but tomorrow's Sunday. So like I said before, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and watch out for the live stream on Sunday when hopefully, I keep saying this, things can only get better. Right, thanks for watching. We'll see you later.